Hello everyone and welcome to a new virtual pet video. In this video I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the newly released English versions of the Digital Monster X. So I have one of each colour. So first of all we have the new colours. So we have the purple and orange shell of the red version of the DMX. And then we have and this is my favourite shell, the blue and pink version of the blue DMX. And then, of course, we have the exact same shells as we saw in the Japanese release a few years ago. And they're just pretty standard. They're the same as those Japanese ones. But I'm more excited about the new shells that we're getting. So I'm really loving the shell choices that we get for the English releases of the Digimon virtual pets that are coming out. Same with the Wave 3 of the Digital Monster 20ths. I really did adore those shell choices. They really went all out. And it's the same for the DMX release. So we'll just open this up. And of course I'm opening my favourite one first, which is the really kind of, I think that fashion was very in the 80s, where they're wearing all those, the blue and the pink kind of jackets, like the windbreakers. So that's very, or maybe the early 90s, because I'm fairly certain I remember people wearing that colour still when I was born. So yeah, early 90s as well probably, but I definitely like late 80s. First of all, we have the manuals, which I was about to say we have 3 of the same manual, but no, they're just in different languages. So instead of compiling into a little booklet, they've sort of given us a few printouts that are in different languages, with this in English, and it's more or less looks the same as the kind of guide that you'd expect, same with the Japanese version. And of course we have the actual thing, which is the DMX itself. Now this shell is just such a beautiful colour. I know I literally just said it is, but just it is so nice. It's more of like a light green and blue and pink, and it's really quite nice. And I'm just a big fan of it. But overall, the design itself is the same as the Japanese release, which is more or less what you'd expect. So we'll remove this tab. And I skipped a little bit past it, but it does say it's the blue version, which is kind of true because it is the blue version and the colour is blue. But the interesting thing that I've noticed, or maybe it's not interesting, maybe it's only interesting to me, is that they kept that for the purple one. So the purple one says it's the red version, which feels kind of weird to be on a purple device, but never mind. But I guess it's more referring to the colour of the X, which signifies what version or what eggs or what exclusive Digimon you'll get on that. So we've got the blue one here, and that's got a blue X on it, and this one's got a blue X on it. So yeah, the version colour more relates to the colour of the X rather than the colour of the shell, which even when the Japanese release was out, I was like, this is the white version and this is the black version, because, yeah, or maybe that was what they're called. I can't remember. I just know that one is called the blue, and this one's also called the blue. And then we have the purple one. Oops, and now I'm just knocking all the boxes over. I'll probably only be starting up this one just because I've mentioned in a few of my latest videos that I'm raising a very young puppy, and not only do I not want it to eat this, and if I have 4 of them, I feel like that will drastically increase the chances of having something eaten, but also I don't have the time to run 4 virtual pets at the moment because I'm raising a real pet, a little puppy dog. And maybe I'll release a video on said puppy dog. Then we've got our Zai, so we'll click that. And then we'll feed our baby. But yeah, I'm absolutely a fan of this shell. I know that's like the 4th time I've mentioned this video, but it's just really, really nice. But yeah, so these were released a little bit earlier in America, I think they came out a few weeks ago in America, but these just dropped on Friday, which was August 6th in Australia, and I was able to pick them up. So that was pretty cool, which is, I was surprised that I was actually still going to get them on release day, because we just entered another lockdown the night before. So I kind of thought that I wouldn't have much luck picking them up, but I rang them EB Games in the morning and they said that they didn't have them, but they would have them after 4. And then lo and behold, they contacted me after 4 saying, hey, your pre-order's ready to pick up. And now I have my pre-orders. And I also got a Digimon card game booster box, which also came out the same day. So, I don't know, I was very surprised to actually get it on release because lockdown and pandemic and everything. But yeah, so I'm pretty stoked to have the DMX in my hot little gremlin hands. And of course, we have the close-up on the DMX, same as the Pendulum Z, which I'm a big fan of. I'm wondering if once they're done with all the DMX versions, which I'm assuming that they'd release since they released every wave of the DM20th, I'd be surprised if they didn't do the same thing for the DMX. But I wonder if we'll get the Pendulum Z next. I don't think we'll get the Pendulum 20th, because we never got the original Pendulum here. So I know that there was released in Hong Kong, and that's about, and Japan obviously, but that's about it. I don't think we'll be getting a Pendulum 20th. I think we'll probably be going to the Pendulum Z after this. But again, not for a while, I don't expect. But this is pretty cool for now. So let's just look at the other new colour. So we've got this nice purple one. Let's just take it out of its box, and I'll make everyone nervous with my box opening abilities. There we are. But I made them nervous off camera that time. See, I'm not expecting too much different from this box as per the blue one, except for the fact that that time I hit the tripod. Oh, and the interesting thing is, and this is sort of, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I kind of surprised myself that instead of having the two same layers of plastic, it just has this very thin layer that just sort of sits on top. So you can kind of remove it without separating the two shells, like with the DMX, not DMX, the DM20th boxes. So yeah, here is our, the purple version. We'll just remove that tab there. And yes, it's the red version because of the X. But I'm not going to play with that, so I'm just going to stick the tab back in because, as I mentioned, I don't want it to get particularly eaten by my puppy dog. And also, I'm raising a puppy dog, which is a lot of work because we are crate training her. But yeah, maybe I'll release a video on the first week of having my new puppy. But yeah, so that's basically it for this video. Let me know what you think. Did you get the DMX? If so, which shell? And if it's not this shell, why? Why would you not get this shell? It is vastly superior to everything else. I love it so much. Like, look at that blue. It is maybe it's just nostalgia that's working for me for this color, because I have very vivid memories of like running around as a very, very small toddler and people wearing jumpers and like windbreakers and things with this color. So I'm fairly certain it must have been like, it's still sort of in fashion in the early 90s. Must be, but yeah. The big fan of this color. I kind of wish I bought another one with this shell so I could do some more shell swaps, especially with these two, which are the same as the Japanese ones, so I kind of just have them aside. I don't know what I'll do with them, probably shell swapping with other spares that I don't really particularly care about that have the same shell, I don't know. But yeah, so I can do some customs with that, and yeah, maybe I'll get another one of this shell just to do some shell swapping because, yeah, as I said, I really like the colours. Anyway, so thanks for watching that video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye! But not quite, because there's one thing that I forgot to mention just as I was packing up, and it's something that kind of weirds me out about the box, and that's the fact that if we look at this little plastic slip here, it kind of displays 2 Digimon on the screen, which I don't know why it's displaying 2 Digimon on the screen. The battle mode isn't new to it, and you can't actually raise 2 Digimon at once. You can have them in backup, as I've shown off in my DMX videos before, but you can't actually have two on the same screen in the same way that you did with the DM20th. And I feel like that must be an error. Like, yes, you can fight with the baby Digimon. You can enter battles for one of the only times in the virtual pets, the other times being like the Pendulum Z and obviously the DMX. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out, that was kind of a weird thing. But yeah, now, bye.